Hi everybody, it's Robin from Uniquely Robin's. I am working on Carolyn Jensen's kit. Sorry, I had something stuck on my board there. It was driving me crazy. And we are going to work with the farm kit today. I do have a fan running in here today. If it bothers you, let me know below and I won't run it again while I'm doing a video. But it gets a little warm in this room, so I had to turn it on, and it makes an awful noise. It drives me crazy, but it's cooler. But I don't have to have it. I mean, while I'm doing the video, I can turn it off if it's bothering you guys. So let me know if it does or not. The kit that I showed you yesterday was the farm kit from Carolyn Jensen, and now this one I purchased another one, and it is called the Garden. And I wanted to show you this real quick. We are going to work with the other one, but I wanted to show you this one. I love it, but it is really pretty. So if anybody out there does gardening journals, which I do a gardening journal every year. So I know what I planted where in my regular vegetable garden and my flower garden. But it's just really cute. I just love all the little birds and the gnomes, the little gnomes and stuff. And the little ladybugs running down the middle of the page is really cute. There's a little bee up here. I don't know if you can see that bee or not, but it's really adorable. A shadow here too. I'm sorry about that. I need to work on that, I guess. I had to rearrange my room to make it a little easier for you to see, so I could get my camera up a little higher. I know I'm always changing stuff on you, but I'm trying to make it the best view that you can get. And the paper itself, if you can see, it looks like it's wrinkled, which I love that. The farm kit has that too on some of the pages. And then this one has a little bee. Of course, you know I love bees. And the ladybug is just adorable as well. And it's real light in the background, so you could write over top of that. That's not a problem. And then she gives you a couple of these kind of envelopes to use in it. There's that one and this one. And there's bees on that too. I usually buy about every bee kit I can get my hands on. And then it has also some seed packets, which are really cute. These are peas. And this one just says gardening guide on it. But the little old man on there is really cool. And then you also get some cards and ephemera with the kit. And her kits are really reasonably priced too. I thought that was upside down, but maybe it wasn't. And all the little ladybugs on there we can fussy cut out or make circles or something out of. I might punch them out with my flower punch. That one might be cool. But there's that kit, and that's called My Garden. So if you click on the link below and go to her shop, you will find this up there and lots more. Okay, so we're going to make a gardening journal. And I'm going to use envelopes to make it. I have a bunch of different size envelopes. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to use yet. But just some regular junk mail envelopes. And I have some of these brown envelopes. And I have those in different sizes. And the color's not all the same on them. But that, I don't mind that, because most of it's going to be covered up anyway. And I'm thinking of using the big ones. At least one big one, I think, for the cover. I'm going to fold this in half and see if it's going to be a good size for a cover. Now you can fold this with your bone folder and make sure that it's exactly right and everything. That's personal choice for you. I'm going to move this other light a little closer. Maybe that will help with the shadow. Get it out of there. Come here. There we go. See if that helps a little bit with the shadow. There. I think that's better. A little brighter anyway. Okay, so let's see. I've already cut the white off of the edges of this, and I'm gonna see which one I want to use for my cover. I like the cows, I like the chickens, I like the sheep. I kind of like that one so drawn. I love the horses. I might use the horses on there. Let's see. And we can cut this down a little bit if we want to. I am going to make this to where it has pockets. And I'm just debating now if I want the pocket at the top or along the side. I think I want it at the top, since I'll be carrying this around outside. So I just need to judge where I want to cut that. Make sure that's the one I want to use. I kind of like that too. I like the wood on the back of the chicken one. Oh, we'll use the horses. Why not? I like the horses. All right, I'm just going to measure. And those of you that were asking about my back, I do appreciate your concern. I fall all the time, so I'm used to it. I know it will heal. It'll just take some time. I think I'm going to cut it right about there. And I need to cut this off too. So let me leave I'm going to leave some of a border. I think right there. Make sure we don't cut our other horse's head off. We don't want to do that. We don't want to decapitate him. Ooh, we might get his nose. I might go in just a little further. There we go. And I'm going to cut my envelope too, but first I'm going to glue it shut. And I want to take this off. I mean, you could leave that on there and use that as your pocket if you prefer. Like I always say, you do you. But I think on this one I want that closed. I have a new chair coming. I'm hoping that will help too. Be a little cushiony, more cushiony, but it's going to take a while for it to get here. Because this one is part of my language, but crappy. So I'm just going to glue that down. Okay, so then when we cut off the top, our pocket will be at the top. Oops, I have a piece stuck in there from when I... There we go. So now we'll have little pockets in the top. And I am going to run a bead of glue right down the middle on where my crease is to make that 2 pockets. So then we'll have a pocket here and a pocket in the back. Okay. Trying to keep my mat still because I kind of framed it with the camera, so I try to keep me in screen. And I am going to ink the edges. I'll try to do most of this off screen, but got a little behind today. There's a tiny bit of white still on the bottom. Horses are just gorgeous. I love horses. I know I seem like I love everything, but I kind of do. But my favorite are bees and keys. Old skeleton keys. I just love those. Those are just so awesome. Oh, and I don't know, I might have forgot to tell you, I did get the frame for our rest of our vintage outfit thingy that we made. I did get the frame in, so I will get that put together this week and get a picture of that for you, or swing you over and let you see it. I need a little bit more in this corner. Make sure my corners are down good. Now you could round the corners on this. I didn't on this one. And a lot of times I do round the corners, especially if it's going to take wear and tear because it's a little easier on them. But I didn't on this one. But I think it'll be sturdy once we get all the paper on it, and we won't have to worry. I wanted to let you know too, we always say we like I have a mouse in my pocket. I am auctioning off, I'm going to trim that just a tiny bit on top, one of my journals, the blue one that we did, well, we finished it up anyway, on my Facebook group to help a boy who needs an eye gaze computer so he can talk to people when he's out and about. So if you're interested in that, please go to my Facebook group and bid on that journal, because all the proceeds except for shipping will go to him. And I think they're really close to getting enough for it, so maybe a couple $100 more and they'll have it. And he is an artist like us. He does photography, and his sister, he has a twin sister, and she sets everything up for him. He tells her how to set it up and where he wants it set up. So he really needs this computer so that he can continue to do what he loves, just like we like to do what we love. So he can communicate with her when they're out of the house. And he doesn't have his big computer with him, because you can't take that everywhere you go. He can communicate with her and let her know where he wants things to be. So any help on bidding on that, or if you just want to make a donation to D. Markham Jones, and you can find her on Messenger, we would greatly appreciate any help that you might give. Now I know this is smaller than the front one, so I'm going to have a bigger outside edge on the back, but I don't really, I mean, I would prefer it to be the other way, but I don't mind it that much because I want to use this big envelope. So I'll just ink around that a little bit. And hopefully this isn't jiggling the camera. Just to take down that brightness of the paper. I mean, you're not going to see a big difference, but it will knock down that brightness some. I have to get me some more of those little round things that you put on the end of here. Again, because I use them so much that they don't really last a long time. Especially when you're using it on that cardstock, it's a little rougher on it. And I'm going to ink around the outside of the front as well. Because I can and because I like it. Hope everybody's doing well. I know some people got snowed in. We're pretty much snowed in. We got snow and sleet last night, but at least we still have power. I know some people in Texas don't have power, and I feel for them. It's a little cold, and they got snow, so it's a little cold for no power. So far, we haven't had that problem, thank goodness. I'm gonna try to get this in the middle. As much as I can. That horse is just so pretty. I love that black horse. He just looks so majestic, doesn't he? Even this one too. The muscles in that horse. That is a strong horse there. Okay. So now we'll put some on the inside. I think this next page we will use, let's go with the tractors. Yeah, let's go with the tractors. This one I'm going to try to cut right straight down the middle. Give me a little crease line to follow. Come here, you. You want me to get a hold of it, did it? I'm going to put them closer to the outside edge. I don't think we're going to cut these off the top or the bottom either. I think we have plenty. And leave more room in here. So when we put them all together. Don't really need a lot of ink. I just don't want that white core showing. And this is again the neem paper, which I think I'm pretty sure I listed below, from Amazon, and it is beautiful paper, and it just has such a, I don't know, a really nice feel to it, like a luxurious feel. It says that it's got vellum in it, so maybe that's what gives it the feel, but it is like a cardstock. And they have it in white and gray. I know of for sure. I don't know if there's any other colors or not, but I know that comes in white and gray, and you get 325 sheets for, I think it's like $12.99, or you can buy like 2 packs that are a little cheaper if you buy them 2 at a time. It really makes the colors look so pretty. Okay, now I need to figure out, do I want another big page or do I want to just go to the smaller pages? I got these at a thrift store, so they're kind of old and they want to stick together. I think we just want to go on to the smaller ones. We might put a big one in later. Never know. Never know what we might do. I think these are a little bigger, so we'll go that way next. And then again, we need to decide, do we want our pocket on this side, or do we want it at the top? Or do we want a pocket at all? We don't have to have a pocket. I think we will, and we could also go this way with it, or we just have a small part on this side and a big part on this side. Lots of decisions, lots of things you can do. I think I'm going to try to put this one somewhat in the middle. I have a little piece that's sticking off here. Oh, I think it was from the other envelope, so I'll just take that off. And I think I'm going to leave this one a side pocket and use this clip. So we're going to leave that on there. I think. I haven't decided yet. In case we have any seed packets or something we want to just store in there. I think we will do that. Still debating. I really don't like this thing here because a lot of times if you open them and close them too often, they break. No, I'm going to take that off. Maybe we will leave that flap on though and put some other kind of a closure. Maybe I will if I can get it off. This one's tough. It rips a tiny bit. It's not that big of a deal, but I don't want it putting a big hole in there. That one's on there good. That other one came off really easy. This one is being stubborn. There we go. Now we got it. All right. He did not want to go. Okay. I think I might make this page off center a little bit, so I have more room in this pocket. Yeah, I think I'm going to. That way I have more room in that pocket for seed packets if I want to put it in there, or even seeds themselves, because I do save seeds when I do my gardening. Well, not when I do the gardening, but when I use the stuff from the garden. That might be an over too far, because that's going to stick out. Is that going to look funny? I don't know. I kind of like it. Put a strip of something on there. I kind of like that. I think we'll leave it. I kind of like it sticking out like that. The way you know where it's at. Okay. Now let's get our paper. What paper do we want on there? Oh, I like this. Let's do this. Leave that open. I want to put something different on that. Let's say there. We'll mark it right there. Maybe in a little bit. There. I don't know if we got too much snow yesterday. The mailman didn't show up or what. 'Cause usually we at least get some bills, and we didn't get anything, which I would just think, you know, sometimes we don't get anything. But I also had a letter in there to go out, and it didn't go out either. So I don't know, maybe he was having troubles getting here. All right, I know I'm doing the inside before the outside, but that's okay. And I'm going to let that hang over a little bit too, right there, because I'm going to put a thumb pull in there, I think. have a lot of good digital kits coming up for you to see. One of them is Arabella Barton, and she has put a freebie in with hers. So if you watch when she comes up, and you message me or email me, which my email and everything is below, and let me know, and I will send you that freebie she has for you. I know everybody likes a freebie. If people give me a freebie, I go up to their store and I want to find the kit that goes with it. Because just me, I want to have the whole thing. Okay. I'm holding this other end up until I get there because I did leave that extra on there. And silly me, I probably put glue over it. And I did. So I can just wipe that off of there. Because I don't want to glue my pocket closed. I like this. It looks like an old tablecloth. Let's go on a picnic with. Okay, make sure I didn't close up my pocket there. Well, I'm going to use this up here, but it's going to run the opposite direction as this because I don't want to waste a full sheet of paper to get this little bit, so I'm going to let it do it. Give it a little contrast. Sometimes when you get a kit and you don't know for sure what you're going to do with it, if you're anything like me, I have to sit with it for a while and look at it. And sometimes I don't know till I turn on the camera what I'm going to do. Most of the time. Most of the time. But sometimes the paper will tell you what it wants to be. And I thought this wanted to be a gardening journal or a cookbook. And I might print it out and make a cookbook too. All right, let me get my, oh. Thought I was gonna have trouble getting used to the new setup, but not so bad. Yes, I like that. All right, now let's see if we can find our fold. I did want that to hang out, I think. Let me do the back first, and we'll know for sure. How about that? Okay, so it's gonna go that way, so I'm gonna flip it this way. I think we will put the chickens on this page. I like that wood. The wood. I'm gonna cut these in 2 pieces. That's not a pin. I don't really want to cut that rooster's tail off. So I think we might make our pocket a little smaller because I don't want to cut his tail off. So I think we'll do that. And then about here. Let's cut that way first. I'm saving the big scraps because, you know, a lot of times we use those at the end for something. Aha, see, I didn't get him. Yeah, so we'll make our fold to go over a little further, I think. Just because I think the rooster would like to keep his tail feathers. Let's see where I want that to go. Right there. Right about there. I like making journals and stuff out of these envelopes and stuff because you have so many choices in pockets for one. You also have a lot of pockets. Because if you're anything like me, you like to keep everything. My husband tells me I'm a pack rat, and I tell him that memorabilia and things from places we've been and things we've done is not being a pack rat. But at some point, I do need to make some kind of a journal with a bunch of pockets, so it'll probably be out of envelopes, to put. We have a bunch of tickets for where we've gone to concerts and taken my grandson to train rides and things like that. And we went with his parents to Nashville, to the Grand Ole Opry, all kinds of things like that. And I want to make a memorabilia book to put or two. May take more than one. If I do just make one, it'll probably be a huge one. But that's okay. He makes fun of me for it, but I even have the very first napkin from Bob Evans from our very first date. And I always tell him, he says he don't understand, and I always tell him, it's because you're not a girl. Women would understand. He says, it will just get thrown away when you die. I said, well, I'll be dead then, I won't care. But until then, I'll have it. And for a minute, I thought I forgot to ink that. Sometimes I get to gabbing and forget to ink things. Husband texted me earlier and asked me if it was still snowing, because he works in a shop and it doesn't have any windows to look out. I said, no, it wasn't right at the moment, but boy, I didn't want to look out that window. Made me cold just to look out there at all that snow and ice. I wish it would warm up a little bit, clear some of that away, because I've got to get to the post office. I've got things to mail out. Packages that need to go. Oh, I like them. I really like those chickens. Never was much of a chicken person, but I like those. All right, let's see what we got hanging out now. Oh, the chicken's gonna be peeking out. Well, that's okay. Let's move him out a little more. Yeah, I like him. Oh, lost it. I like him right there. So that is going to change our fold, because I like that chicken picking out. And actually, I just thought of an idea. And I'll share in a moment. Let me get my fold down here. Oh, I'm going to fold that chicken now. That's okay. That's all right. He won't mind so much. My idea was that we have our big pocket going this way in case we want to put seed packets in there. And I think what I'm going to do is cut just the very top of this off. and we'll have just a short pocket we could put our pens in for when we're out there for writing. I think that'll be a good idea. So, and our stitches will be sewed. Our stitches will be through that, so that will keep this closed, and we could just hook our pins right on there. And we're going to do that. I'm just going to cut just the slightest bit off of the top of this, just to there. See there? Now when we're outside, and this will be sewed over there, remember, this will hold our pen. That's kind of nifty. All right, works for me. So you can come up with all kinds of ideas when you just craft on the fly. And so when this is closed, I gotta cover that flap yet, but when that's closed, that's gonna hold our flap closed too there. See, that's nice. And then our chicken will be peeking out. I like that. I could have went in a little bit more, but to like right here, which is what I had intended, but sometimes once you get the paper on there, it folds where it wants to fold. But I like that. It's all right. It'll be fine. All right, now, do we have a strip we could put on the inside of this? Well, we do. Just be the wood, but that's okay. Because it's gonna go inside here. And for the most part, this will be closed. So yeah, that'll be good. That'll work. What kind of time are we at here? Okay. Not too bad, I guess. Move that in case any glue squeezes out. And I like the color of these envelopes with this country theme. I think it goes kind of nice. We'll do a couple of, another page maybe not even a whole page, and then we'll call it a day and finish working on it tomorrow. Just have a hard time sitting too much more than oops, back up there. You need to fold where you're supposed to fold. There you go. He was trying to fold funky on me there for a moment. Yeah, it's just difficult for me to sit in this chair for very long. Yeah, I like that. All right, we want another one that same size. That's this size. And I think this time we're going to put the pocket the other direction, and we are going to fold this one directly in the middle. And we will leave this pocket on, but going the opposite way. That is a fun thing with working with pockets or envelopes. There's so many choices, so many ways you could do them. So every project will be different, which I like. I like things to be unique. I don't like there to be 5 or 6 of the same thing, which, I mean, I have done that before too, but Usually I don't. And even with the cookbooks that I did that with, there are subtle differences here and there throughout it, just so they're not exactly the same. And again, we're not using this because I don't like it. Hopefully we're not going to have as hard a time getting this one off. Aha. Okay, so we're going this way with this pocket. So let me move this out of the way so we can cover this one. I think with this one, well, we just did chickens, so let's do something different. Let's do the cows. Let's do cows. I think I'm just going to cut down the middle. Now you could just put this whole piece on there instead of cutting it, but if you do that, you won't have this. So that's what I'm debating on now. Do I want that, or do I want it to be a solid piece across there? And I think this one we're going to do a solid piece across there. Maybe. Because I don't want to cut them off. So maybe we won't. I kind of like that in the middle anyway. Because you're going to sew that and you're not going to see it because of your threads. So I think we're going to come over here and over, say there. And I know we're cutting some of the tree, but at least we're not cutting any heads off any animals. No animals were harmed in the making of this journal. Okay. That one's going to have to be trimmed a little more on the other side. About there. This one, right about there. I was a little optimistic the last time. I'm going to trim just a tiny bit off this side. And then a tiny bit off of this side. I just wanted to cut my mark off because I still haven't found my pencil. And I marked it with a pin on the front side and I didn't want to see that. So, all right, we'll go about right there. Just cut those both at the same time. I think we'll be all right. Okay. Okay. And I will try before the video tomorrow to decide what I'm going to use for the pages and try to get them cut out and inked. It'll save some time. And I'll do them the same way that I did this. Well, depending on the size of the envelope, anyway, that I'm going to use. Try to make some of those decisions before we get started. I try. You know, oh, you go over there, you go over here. Okay. They should be facing each other. My husband texted me earlier from work, and he said, if you go outside, and I hope you don't, please don't fall. It's like, yeah, okay. Like I fell on purpose. He's so funny. And I said, well, I don't plan on going out in this icy mess. I'm using my fingers to wipe that glue off, and I got a thing right there. I just thought it was funny that it said, and I hope you don't. Nope, I don't like the cold. I don't even go out with the dog. I just let her out and watch for her. Usually I do, because usually I clean up after her, but I'm a little skittish going out there right now anyway, because I don't want to fall. That's cute. Cute, cute, cute. Nope, that's not big enough. Nope. I don't think I have one big enough for that. We'll wait and do that when we have one big enough for it. Might print another one of these out so I can match up this cow's little bum there and put one of those strips on there. I think that's what I'll do. Okay, so we want to go to the other side. Find us another piece of paper. I think this time we'll go for this fence. That is so pretty. I think I'll cut right up between those fences right there. And we'll go from there. Give us a starting point. And we'll go from there. How does that sound? Okay. So I want to cut there and there. There. And there. Alright. Let's glue him down. I did get a little bit of good news about my uncle. The dialysis seems to be working well. His BP is down, which is good news. His kidneys seem to be rebounding, which is wonderful news. He does have a lot of lung damage, and they're worried that he's had so much heart stuff going on with all this. They're watching him closely, and they seem to think he's holding his own. He's still heavily sedated, but which I'm sure is a good thing. So it does sound a little better, giving us some hope. Saturday was their wedding anniversary. They've been married for 51 years. It's just astounding. was really glad to hear that. That in itself made me feel better. It's things like that that I have trouble with when other people are hurt. Not so much me, it's just pain. Pain is part of life. At least you know you're alive, right? Okay. Trying to get it straight. Trying to get that. Come here, you. All right, so we have that page, and now we have this page. And I will find a piece to put on there. I'll print another one of these out. And the piece to go inside. I don't have a big enough scrap yet for that. But I will have when I make the piece for this. I will have a piece of scrap left from that. So there, so far, there's what we have. And this is like a tab sticking out, which I really am growing to like that even more every time I close it. It's different. I like different. All right, so that's what we got so far. We will work some more on this tomorrow. Know whether we'll get it finished tomorrow or not. I'm not sure how many pages I'm going to put in it, but we will definitely work on it. And it'll go a little faster if I get some stuff cut out before that, so that'll help. All right, you guys have a great day. Show the ladies below some love. Check out Caroline's store, Carolyn Jensen. She's listed below. I know you're going to love her stuff, and she has very reasonable prices on things. So you will like that also. And we'll see you tomorrow. Stay safe. Bye-bye.